that you came to this revival. Yo, get hit with Balor's Club when Megan mocks for Finn. See red for Becky Lynch when David cheers for the man. Straight out of Dublin and the Bronx when they watch games. He is a Blackhawks bloke, she is a Yankees dame. And they will say whatever the fuck they wanna say because Untitled means no limits and they're rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled with Megan and Dave. Got more flair than Charlotte, make more bank than Sasha. Don't care if you don't like those Pats. We'll rewatch Julian Edelman perform at peak perfection. Yeah, discuss it all at length, then change direction. Many topics, many episodes, and many emotional jabs. Old Dave will huff and puff whenever Megan gets mad. When Megan speaks her mind, the people run away. Cause yo, it's all Untitled and it's rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Now here comes Megan and Dave.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Megan and Dave Untitled Podcast, episode 17 for May 9th, 2019. We were supposed to do this yesterday, but because real life situations do happen, we moved it. And apparently, my co-host was also doing something, so time constraints and everything was just going nuts. So Dave's here too.
Yeah, real life stuff happens, so yeah.
Real
You
life
can
stuff
wait a
happens,
day.
you know. What?
You can wait a day.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world if something happens. But yeah, we're gonna eat some cheese. No, we're not. Even though I did have dinner. That was completely random. You know, we just had to be random. All right, so apparently, Dave and I are gonna say screw the script. We're not gonna review the show this week. Any of them. We said, what?
Yeah, that was my reaction for this week. Yeah.
We said screw the bracket. Let's not screw the bracket. We said screw the we're gonna talk about how atrocious. Yeah, screw the script. We're gonna see how atrocious. And the first things first is this. What the heck?
Hang on, you're breaking up here. So let's repeat that.
Hell is WWE thinking?
Oh, wait. Give me 1 second there, sorry. Sorry, this bit of technical issues always has to happen. Okay, continue again.
What the hell is WWE thinking here?
No idea.
Oh my God.
They're getting desperate. They're trying to fix long-term problems with short-term solutions.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Chances are, like, if it was anything like, you know, the rest of the stuff they tried doing like the last 4 months and all that, it's either not gonna work or they're just gonna abandon it in 2 weeks.
This whole entire thing with WWE is very bad.
I don't know. It's desperation. Cause it's like this. The WWE are saying, "Oh, our booking isn't the problem. It's that, you know, not everybody's on the show. So, you know, we don't need to fix the booking. We just gotta get everybody on the show." But with that, actually just messes up the booking even more.
This is why MFers get pissed off, and this is why people become upset with the fact that we're gonna get up and leave. And I can understand why people are asking for a release, not request. People are asking for a release.
We're requesting their release.
Requesting their release. Thank you. And I can understand why the ratings are down, and it's kind of disturbing how people say this product is good.
How?
And how? Someone did say that, which obviously, is called for desperate times, for desperate measures. Vince McMahon thought it was a good idea to come over to the Wildcard brand, start this whole Wildcard thing. Because Roman said he was teasing to come in on Raw this week. WWE officials told him not to. He still shows up. And then Vince McMahon has the right ideas, saying, "Oh, hey, the wild card is going to be going, for one night only. One person from a couple people from SmackDown and Raw can go over to Raw and SmackDown and possibly help the shows up." Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Apparently this whole wildcard thing is actually a compromise. Because the networks are getting worried about the ratings and the lack of star power. I think the one thing that got brought up especially was the one NBC or USA or whatever were wondering why they would move Roman over to SmackDown. So they're worried about the star power that he had going on to SmackDown. And so they were getting mad, and also both sides were getting worried. They were getting worried about the ratings, but even the report coming out saying that Fox says they're asking for $3 million, or SmackDown could get cancelled. Right now, they're just over $2 million.
Well, the ratings did come in thanks to Slice, and this was the ratings this week. Raw, 2.24 million viewers.
Sorry, go on.
SmackDown, 1.93 million viewers.
Still not good. Considering, it was unheard of, a year ago, it was even 2 years ago, it was unheard of that Raw SmackDown would go under 3 million. Now on the verge of going under 2 million. SmackDown is under 2 million.
Something's wrong. Something is desperately wrong here. Fox News gave WWE an ultimatum. 3 million viewers or you're canceled. Here's the thing, and obviously, Slice again, I know people think he's not a credible source, but I have to defend him a little bit. 99.9% of Slice, at the time with Slice, he's right. Baron, you ready?
Go on.
Baron Corbin is set to be the next challenger for the WWE Universal Championship, and has been scripted for progress after Money in the Bank with, I'm going to put this, Seth Rollins or AJ Styles, either one. Recent drop in rating may change these plans, as WWE cannot afford to lose any more viewers. First off, why is he still a thing? Secondly, Steph, I know I'm gonna get heat with this, so I'm gonna cancel fuck Seth Rollins for the time being. We're gonna put fuck Seth Rollins away, but I'm still gonna bring it up. Seth is a weak champion. A very weak champion. Now people are like, oh my god, he got the title off Brock Lesnar. WWE, needed the title. They needed a champion. Okay, I understand that. We finally have a Universal Champion that's appearing on TV each week. But to me, Seth is not doing it for me. It's too long. I need this title reign to end.
It's
You know,
the thing was so on. I'll just say this. You know, I know you're not a big fan of the Shield and all that, and I'm not exactly the biggest fan either. But it's like I am more of a like of the Shield. I would probably pick Ambrose as the one. If I were to pick anyone of the three, Ambrose would be the one, and he's gone.
he's gone.
But in this situation, it's like I have to take the good over the bad here, because the bad was Brock Lesnar was a champion for like 3 years, and he was AWOL for like 2.5.
Yeah,
And we had the full quote unquote full-time champion finally when Roman won it at SummerSlam, I believe.
Yeah, SummerSlam, where we all.
It was like that was the big relief. Like, oh, finally we got a full-time champion that can actually show up on Raw every week. Then the leukemia thing happened, so it's like, oh boy. And then WWE decided to go desperate because they they had already booked the triple threat for the Crown Jewel show, I believe it was. Brock, Roman, and Braun. With Roman taken out, they just said, okay, we just have we have Brock and Braun go for the title, and they give the title back to Brock Lesnar. And what happens with Brock Lesnar? He's AWOL again. So we thought we were free, and then you get dragged back in again. This case, I'll take Seth over Roman, I guess. Kinda. But we have the full-time champion, and now it's like we've got the. We have the full-time champion now because now we had a title match of Money in the Bank. If it was Brock Lesnar, we wouldn't have a title match until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So we got that. But, jeez, it's a WWE looking for solutions to the wrong problems. Because if you look, because I looked at that rating, and I saw the hourly breakdown, and it's also kind of worrying because it was a 2-4 on the first hour and a 2-0 on the last hour. The last hour being Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. My kind of worry of how WWE will receive it will be Roman draws. Roman draws. He's the reason why you came in. Like, we're gonna watch that, and Kofi and Daniel don't, which is worrying.
I mean, you can't put everything on Roman. Let's be honest, because that's why people get really sick of him.
That's why you don't like. That's why they don't like him, because WWE tried to push him and only him for 4 years. That's why people still booed him at WrestleMania.
So here's the thing. I know you're gonna go. To be honest, I think this is just my opinion. I think the only Raw this year that was good was the January 14th Monday Night Raw episode.
Let me guess, because Finn Balor was main eventing?
Exactly. For many, since he got back, we all wanted to see him rise to that occasion. The part where he stood to Vince McMahon, which did hit home a little bit to me, because I was always doubted when I was growing up, him fighting to be in that spot against Jinder, obviously Jinder, and then him winning, and then Cena giving him appreciation. I had a very bad illness and a very serious sinus infection, and when you see that, you get emotional. And I know the ratings were not good, but that's the only Raw that kind of mattered this year. Because it was something different. It was something people wanted to see. Now you're looking 4.5, almost 5 months later, you're looking at this and you're like, the road to WrestleMania build was kind of bumpy. But as soon as we got done with this, we kind of went back down.
Here's the biggest problem that WWE has, and this quote unquote solution is gonna make it even worse. The fact that they are only pushing a select few people and doing either absolutely nothing with other people or doing booking them the wrong way. Because if you look back to a year ago, the big names that the names in Raw and SmackDown that got like big reactions were what? Nakamura, Rusev got one. Braun as well to an extent. Well, he definitely to an extent. Just to name a few. A year later, booked into oblivion. Shinsuke, absolutely. He was the WWE Championship. He was the Royal Rumble winner last year. Was WWE Championship? WWE match WrestleMania. Now where is he? Completely gone because of the audacity of him being over. Rusev, exact same thing. He was over with the crowd and now booked into oblivion. The two of them even booked into oblivion together as a tag team. Braun Strowman. You see him. He could have been the next big guy. To Big Monster, you gotta put him the title and be incredible. Know what happens with him? Put him to oblivion. He's cheered. Let's turn him heel so we can get Roman over.
Oh my God.
Let's have him. What? Fair enough. You know, the Nicholas thing was kind of funny, but still, as a serious thing, it's like no. And then this year you've got him. What? You had him beating up cars because of two comedians. You could have had him be like the big monster. Even if you were to turn him heel, actually have him be a monster and be that, the conquering monster with the belt. But no, he couldn't even do that.
I would have rather see Braun versus Finn. I'm not gonna lie, at WrestleMania, I'm not gonna lie with that. But here's it. I said this to my friend the other day. I know we're jumping around with the wild card rule here, and someone said this, and this had me scratching my head. I think it was Still Real to Us, who always does the thingamabobber where they always say, oh, hey, they said it's so hard to defend the WWE product when they do stuff like the wild card rule last night. Product has literally taken the personality of an always changing, lack of direction, sometimes not well thought out human being. And then someone said this, and I apologize for dragging this person, but I have to be honest here. The wild card rule is awesome. WWE is the best it's ever been. It doesn't have lack of directions. It's well thought out. Last night's Raw was one of the best episodes of Raw of all time. We had an amazing matches like Reigns versus McIntyre and Kofi versus Bryan. So the wild card rule is great. Raw was really good because two of the matches I liked had 3 out of 4 superstars from SmackDown Live. Why not build a SmackDown roster? Dave, you just said it best. Okay. I'm gonna
Can I counter let me counter that Raw was a great show with this. And also it goes into the booking superstars that popular stars into oblivion. The Revival and the Usos.
What the actual fuck?
The Revival are... It's like the Usos actually were... Okay, they were booked great on SmackDown. And now they're moved over to Raw to be pranksters.
Because they put Icy Hot and then on... They put Icy Hot down
Uzi Hot.
their balls. Uzi Hot.
Yeah.
Icy Hot, whatever it's called. Uzi Hot on their balls.
It's like the Revival, like if you saw the Revival come with NXT, they were like the people were making them like the second coming of the Brainbusters, of all of Anderson and Blanchard, and now it's like you've got them and got them being the comedic foil. It's like, oh my god, like that's not how you book them. Have them be the dastardly heel team. It's like book to the book to the superstar strengths, and that's not the strengths. If anything, it's like they're being punished because they have the audacity. It's like, oh, we might leave.
You can't punish someone because, but then again, knowing it's WWE, knowing it's WWE, they will do something petty like that. WWE is petty as fuck. Let's be 100% honest.
Oh yeah.
And this proves it.
Definite.
If they want to leave, let them leave. Let them go out and do their own thing. You know, people want to see the what the hell's it called? The Young Bucks versus the Revival. People want to see that. But
yeah.
You doing this petty nonsense?
It's ridiculous.
I just want to personally bang my head.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, let's be honest, that Raw was not good. Someone said that was the worst Raw. But they still drew 2 point whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, something
has to give.
Yeah, because with Fox giving that ultimatum, here's the thing. WWE needs to hire better writers. The people are leaving the writing scene.
I have no clue.
You know,
like I said, they're trying to find solutions for the wrong problems.
You know, I know on episode 10 back a couple weeks ago when we read that Reddit thing. Is it bad that I wanted Vince McMahon to do something to actually write him off?
I
mean, his focus, to be honest, seems to be on the damn XFL.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's like some people are kind of hoping that would be the case. Because there are some people thinking, oh, if Vince is out of the picture for WWE, he's not 100% focused on WWE, Triple H could be able to take over. But
I'm telling
which fine. It's if you were to compare to NXT, fine, it could work and all that. But my issue with kind of that is NXT is a smaller scale, more directly aimed at us, basically. You know, not the casuals. NXT is not aimed at the casuals, so it works to the long-time wrestling fan because that's what we do. WWE is aimed at the casuals. I for one, unless I can't see the NXT style of booking or whatever like that working on the main roster. People are thinking, oh, if Triple H takes over, he's gonna, that's gonna change. WWE's problems are gonna be turned around. I don't think so.
No.
Because NXT is, they book long term because they have to film it every 3 weeks, and they work toward the takeover. WWE, the way the people have always been thinking about WWE is they book to the hour the show ends, or the hour the show starts. They scramble to get the show done until 7:59, and then they just push it out. And here's the show, and then it's like, okay, now we'll go work to the next show. Which doesn't work. You have to have the long-term goals. I would think you have to start, you have the end, work out the middle. Then, it's like plan it out. Don't just go, oh, this happens now. Oh, now we're a problem next week because we just did that. We can't do it again. Oh, wait, we can. We've done it all the time. The 50-50 booking.
Here's the thing. When the fall comes, there's going to be a lot of things that WWE needs to do. And obviously, with AEW basically creeping, I'm seeing people in my time like, when AEW going to start? When AEW going to start? I mean, as of right now, the closest thing is in a couple weeks, all or nothing is happening. I think this is going to probably be a wake-up call for WWE.
Here's the thing though. From what I heard from AEW, Double or Nothing has happened in a couple of weeks. I know they're already making deals with the UK because it's going to be on pay-per-view over here, which is decent, good deal for us over here. But there's also apparently the report that they're going to announce a TV deal with Turner next week.
Oh, gee.
So. From what other people have been saying, the TV deal probably the TV show probably ain't gonna start until October and all that. But personally, like whether you like AEW or not like AEW doesn't matter. I think the sooner they start going weekly, the better, because WWE needs a right good kick up the backside. Because if they see AEW doing better business than WWE, they're gonna be in trouble.
They are doomed. So let's see.
But here's the thing though. AEW may just completely prove me wrong with the NXT deal, because AEW won't be the big scale of WWE, but AEW will be aiming at the same kind of fans that NXT does. It's kind of like AEW will probably be the middle ground between WWE and NXT, and if they can get this working with the talent they've got, because basically it's Smark's favorite wrestlers out there. Cody? I do like Cody, actually. Cody, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, got Chris Jericho there, SEW, and all them. If they can get that working consistently over weeks, then that'll be the wake-up call WWE would need. But my kind of problem is they need to work, which in a way I kind of hope they do. But if they work, WWE needs to react. And if this is the idea of reacting, they're in trouble. Because no one is too big to fail.
See, here's the thing, and obviously it pains me to say this too. WWE is going with the same stuff TNA did back in 2010. And if you want to talk about a bad wrestling episode, go on Impact Plus and plug in April 4, 2010.
Say that again?
If you want to talk about a bad wrestling episode, plug in April. If you have Impact Plus, plug in April 4th, 2010.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Say no more.
You know what I meant.
I have an idea.
You want to take a guess?
That wasn't the start of the 6-week war, was it?
It was right in the middle. I remember this clearly because I was flipping back between Raw and SmackDown. Oh, excuse me, Raw and Impact. Now this is how I remember it. One half, if Raw was getting boring, I would flip over to Impact. If Impact was getting boring, I would flip back to Raw.
There must have been a lot of flipping that night.
It was a lot of flipping. Like, what am I going to watch? You know, obviously, this is not the first time WWE has gone through a Dire Straits moment. You know, obviously, with the women at the time on WWE, they were not getting the matches. And the thing is, I wanted to see who was going to be Knockout Champion. Because obviously, 3 out of the 4 favorites, you know, I liked at the time. And the 4th one I don't like. So when I was watching that segment, I think it was Velvet. Who the fuck was it? Well, I'm trying to think. It was Velvet, Tara, Angelina, and Daphne. I think Velvet
now I know what you're talking about.
Velvet had
Velvet, Angelina, Daphne, and Tara.
Velvet had the contract.
The lockbox. The lockbox challenge, whatever you called it.
Let's be 100% honest. I did not want Daphne to get that last contract.
Because it was like, okay, full disclosure here. It was like there was a what was it? I think it was a battle royal or something like that, where the winner, like there was 4 people that won like keys for lock boxes, and the prize winner was what was it? There was 4 things in it. Was one of them was the championship itself. So basically, if you pick the right box, you're champion. Another one was a contract for a future match. The third one was Tara's pet tarantula. So, and a fourth one was you had to do a striptease.
That if you want to talk about the worst Impact Wrestling episode, I mean, I haven't watched Impact since. I've seen the hullabaloo. You know, I've been cheering for them, but that episode.
It's like that. You know, that was not something. Not something appropriate for wrestling in 2010. I think it's like women's wrestling were like with Impact. They were breaking out with women's wrestling, and I think they 2006 2008, especially like fewer people and all that. I think they found the right mix of like wrestling and eye candy. I think this was basically going back to the Russo days of Attitude Era, where it's like, oh no, they're just eye candy. And ridiculous stipulations. That's a ridiculous stipulation right there.
The whole that whole episode. Now that I think of it, now I'm probably gonna end up watching it.
More by curiosity.
For shits and giggles. Now that I think of it, it's like, wow, this episode is bad.
I need to look up like at least the contents of what the rest of the episode was, because I know for you that one sticks out. But what was it? April 4, 2010, was it?
Yeah.
April 4, 2010. Like that one sticks out. But I'm kind of interested to see what the rest of it was. Here we go. I think I got it here.
Wait, I lied. April 5th, not April 4th. I went off a little bit.
Okay, I got April 4, 2010. So it's
April 5th.
Sorry, I got January 4th. What the hell am I doing?
Okay, so I just found
that. No, it's April 5th. Hang on. Yeah, April 5, 2010. Here we go. Sorry. Okay. If this thing will scroll. Yep, there you go. You got Rob Van Dam against James Storm. Rob Terry with a global title match defeats Homicide in 2 minutes. The lockbox match, which also had the whole people in the match: Angelina Love, Daphne, Tara, and Velvet Sky. They were the winners. Hamada, Lacey Von Erich, Madison Rayne, and ODB were also in it. Basically, it was a 4-fall match because. There you go. Oh no, actually that's what it was. It was one of those matches where there was eight people in the match, and it was 4 falls. If you pin somebody, the one that got the pin gets a key. The one who got pinned is eliminated, and then it just keeps going until everyone's gone. So, bleh. Ladder match. Okay, Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle in a ladder match. Yeah, go ahead. Put the guy with a bad neck and bad back in a ladder match. Team 3D and the Motion Machine Guns fight to a no contest in the number 1 contenders match. The hell? Doug Williams defeat Generation Me, aka the Young Bucks, in 3 minutes. Great booking of the Young Bucks there. No wonder they're doing AEW. And then, actually, it was, yeah, I think it was eliminated. Was it elimination? I don't know. I don't mind. It was 3 minutes. And then D'Angelo De Niro defeats Desmond Wolfe, who I believe is Elijah Burke and Nigel McGuinness. And that lasted 2 minutes. So the longest match was 10 minutes. And it was a ladder match, which, ladder match shouldn't be 10 minutes. Also, shouldn't be with somebody with basically a broken neck and painkiller addiction. Jeez. This on paper looks like a mess. Yeah. Anyway.
was just atrocious looking at that episode. You know, what the hell's it called? That whole thing was nuts.
Yep.
And you know, it's just crazy. And you know, back to WWE, they needed to do something, and it looks like, you know, with Money in the Bank coming up, I think in 2 weeks.
It's like their solution. Their solution was to get the big stars to go on Raw and SmackDown. Their biggest problem is that they're booking their top talent right, but nobody else. It's basically, if your name's not Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Brock Lesnar. No, not even that. If your name is not Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or AJ Styles, maybe to a degree, you're going to get pushed to the moon. If you're not any of them, good luck being in the shadow of everybody else. It's very dark under there.
Wait, time out. You got to add Finn.
No. I can't add him because I got a feeling that he's going to be like, he'll be in the shadow of everybody else. Like, no, sorry, not in the shadow of everybody else. He'll be with everybody else in the shadow. Because, honestly, nothing against Finn Balor and all that, but if you look at the last 2 or 3 years, I don't have any faith in WWE booking the mid-cards. Especially the mid-card titles.
He's champion!
He is champion. But look at the line of champions before him. Can you think of anything that jumps out of your head, like exciting things they did? Like, I usually even looking back at what's called the history of the IC title. I think I did this before. The history of the IC title in WrestleMania between 21 and today. I think it was like, well, actually, at the very least, it was between 21. Oh, no, between what's it? Between 18 and 27, I think it was. The title was defended once. With like 4 or 5 cases, the IC champion was in the Money in the Bank match.
And this is the case.
And this is the case again. But then again, this is not WrestleMania. It's like, basically what they're doing with Samoa Joe is weird, but with Rey Mysterio. And apart from Finn Balor goes in the Money in the Bank match, what exactly are they doing with him? Like, he's basically he's basically Bailey's inflatable arm-flailing guys, except he's not a balloon. He just waves his arms in the air on cue. It's just, it's like, what? Just look at the list. Nakamura, Rusev, The Revival. There's too many to name, but like, they're coming top of my head. But it's like, if you are not in a big program right now, you're either irrelevant, booked terribly, or you're not even showing up.
Here's the thing. This is something I think Finn's next feud could probably be against Randy Orton, but who knows?
It could be.
It could.
It could be, but it's just like, they should book him well because he's IC champion. They should be booking the title well because of the damn IC title. Like 20 years ago, that was basically, if you're IC champion, you're second on the whole show behind the world champion. Now it's like you are 20th behind the number 4 contender for the tag titles.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take over SmackDown writing, and I'm gonna have Finn book all the time. Book.
Yeah, he's gonna be Finn all belts, even the women's tag titles.
No, it's Balor's 2 belts is better. You know, I would make.
Or should it be like, 5 belts? World title, IC title, Cruiserweight title, because he is. U.S. title somehow, and NXT title. I don't know.
No, I don't want to get shot at because people they'll say he'll be covered up.
Make your mind up.
What happened?
Yeah. What?
But to be honest, I think WWE used to be more edgy with him.
I know. I wonder why. Yeah. I don't know. They don't need to be edgy. Like everyone's always saying, "Oh, WWE need to go back to the Attitude Era." No, you don't need to go back to the Attitude Era. You look back at the Attitude Era, it doesn't age well.
No.
Like that's everybody talking, looking at the rose-tinted glasses and all that. I was like, oh, how great it was 20 years ago. Yeah, it was great 20 years ago because we were young 20 years ago. We didn't care. Were you really paying attention to everything that was going on in 1999? I sure as hell wasn't.
See, what happened is, that's what Fox said. Fox said more edgy.
Well, more edgy, yes, but it doesn't need to go, bare breasts and all that. It doesn't go that far.
Oh, or as the video I showed you today, someone said this is technically fit dance, and then kids were behind someone's butt and they pulled.
I've moved on from Finn Balor, and you're still with him. So yeah, I'm trying to talk about everything else. Thank you.
I'm still on there.
Yeah. There's a joke in there somewhere.
He wasn't on SmackDown. Well, not technically. He just did a video package, so I was out. So technically, this is not a week that I didn't pay attention to. But who's to say he can show up as a wild card next week or the week after?
I don't know. I don't have any trust in WWE's booking anybody that's not, the world champion, universal champion right now.
Okay, so I should
because like you're saying, the problem with WWE is they're booking, and right now they're trying to fix a booking problem by making it a bigger booking problem. Actually, they're not even trying to fix that booking problem. They're thinking that they're fixing the star power problem, which is making the booking problem even worse. And I can't speak.
Oh shit. WWE needs to do something, and they need to do damage control with that because
no. I'm gonna take that back. They don't need to do something because the wildcard thing is them doing something. They need to do something right. Then something that actually works, and is not just a desperation grab. They're desperate, fine, but they can't just throw everybody onto Raw one night and expect the ratings to go back to a 3 million. That's not gonna happen. They need to fix it the long term. They need to, if they want to get back to 3 million, try to get 3 million at SummerSlam time. Don't try to get 3 million right after Money in the Bank.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write an episode of Raw. I'm just gonna SmackDown, and then it's gonna be pretty good, and then it'll have a lot of fans, and then people would like it.
You do know that if you're in charge and you're gonna be pushing Finn Balor like that, you're gonna Roman Reigns him.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And basically, it would be like by the time he gets to SummerSlam, when he does his arm waving things and all that, people aren't going to be throwing their arms in the air. They're going to throw their middle fingers up in the air at him.
No, that's not going to happen.
So don't Roman Reigns him.
No, the one who's being Roman Reigns right now is Becky.
What?
Becky's being Roman Reigns.
To be fair, I'll be the one of logic here, and I'm thinking, yeah, that might be the case, but WWE is just striking with the iron shots. I just kind of hope that they don't do this. Like it's fine to have she's got the 2 belts right now. You can have her going Raw and SmackDown. But I'm kind of hoping that, which is a weird thing for me to say, it ends up Money in the Bank, because they did it. They had to do it from the Royal Rumble all the way up to now. That was 4 months. They can't go any further with this. To be fair, this week they kind of toned it down because, well, also because of the tour as well. She was on Raw. She wasn't on SmackDown. So there you go. So one show a week. May want to stick to that from here on. You don't have to have the 2 belts all the time. You can lose one. You can still, yeah.
Well, she was in your dopey show tonight, so I would have fell asleep.
I don't want to say anything about that.
I was like,
yeah, you would have been the only person.
I would have been like, all right.
Yeah, I would have fallen asleep if Finn Balor if he showed up. So that.
No. That the show. Did I explain what happened the day I saw Finn at the Trenton show?
No. Do you need to?
Yes, I do.
Go on.
Okay, so I was standing up because I couldn't see, and the security guy was telling me to sit down because I was blocking the view. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I think I know who's coming out. And he's like, just sit down. I'm like, all right. So as soon as I sit back down, Finn's, and my mom's like, what was it? I'm like, Mom, look behind you. And I'm pointing like, come on, guys. Finn comes up. I didn't want to reach over the kid, plus I was sick. And she's like, oh my God, he has beautiful blue eyes. I'm like, yup. So obviously he was just entertaining. He beats up Elias 2 years in the making. I was sick. I didn't get myself eat womp womp. But then, I was sick. So, yeah, that's what happened. And now we all live happily ever after. But I don't know. I don't know else what more I can say. Is there more I can say about WWE and their issue?
You tell me.
I don't know. So, is there anything else we should add?
About WWE?
No, yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
All right, so random stuff.
Yeah, well, it's like the only thing I got in mind was me coming back from the dopey show you said.
The dopey show. How was it? Was it good?
It was good. You saw the picture I tweeted out? I never actually told you what seats I got.
He got ringside seats, and I got close seats, and I still couldn't see.
Actually, but that's the thing. It's like I saved. Actually, no, I saved up, and I went full VIP.
What?
So yeah, that's what I say. I saved up, and I was like, if I'm gonna go to this show, I'm going all out. So that's what I did.
Did you get a VIP book?
Sorry?
Did you get a VIP book?
Well, I got a program, but there was a meet and greet, so.
There wasn't a meet and greet?
There was a meet and greet. There was, yes.
Who?
You're not gonna like it.
Who?
It was Samoa Joe. It was three of them. Samoa Joe, Matt Hardy, and Becky. So.
And you didn't go?
I did go.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, basically it was a meet and greet, Q&A, take pictures and autographs, and then they go.
You meet Joe?
Oh yeah.
What? How? Okay. Since you're the only one that met a wrestler, how was Joe?
Cool. But actually, speaking normally, he's actually kind of quiet.
Oh,
if you during the meeting, like, to be fair, I was like in the back of the room when it happened, but like when you ask him questions and all that, he's very low when he speaks normally and all that. Like if you hear him in a promo, he's very very aggressive and all that. But speaking normally, he's very low and soft and all that, which fair enough.
He's chill.
Yeah, very chill.
He's like sup, yo. He's chill. All right. Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy, yeah, he was pretty good. It's like he was pretty good. He wasn't broken, so which was a shame.
You said hi. Say what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was good. Actually, we did notice there was somebody who was sitting right in front of me who had like a Matt Hardy shirt. Because the thing is, we weren't told ahead of time who was in it. Like even like on the emails, like here's a plan and all that. They didn't tell us ahead of time who was on it. guy right in front of me actually had a Matt Hardy shirt, like one of those, you know, I think it was like the newer ones, like was the best tag team in the universe or whatever it was. So it was like he was excited to see there was Matt Hardy there. So. Whew.
And finally, Becky.
Yeah, she was basically the one for the center of attention, really, because basically Dublin, Ireland, to be asking. She got like basically half the questions asked. Like there was some that was asking everybody stuff and all that, but I think it was like there was at least 3 people, including me, who like all asked in a row, all asking her. I say, yeah, you're Irish. You know, it was like there was like 3 people in a row. It was, well, bear in mind, like keep in mind here, you're home, so I'm guessing what happened to anybody. I think if it was Sheamus there or Finn there, they probably would have done the same thing. If it was Matt Hardy in North Carolina, they probably would have done the same thing. So,
you know, I would have, if it was Finn, if I did the VIP treatment, if I saw Finn there, I would have, my tachycardia would have, my anxiety would have like.
you probably would have had a heart attack. I will say actually it was kind of weird. It's like I don't know how you think it would go, but it was basically like there was a good 40 people I think it was there, something like that. And how it worked was there was a Q&A at the start, and then it was like everybody get in line, but it was like row by row, everybody goes up and gets autographs, then everybody sits back down, and then everybody go up again for a picture, kind of like that kind of thing. I just know there was like when I was going there, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna be a little bit nervous. I don't know what the hell to say, and that was just for Joe. So it was like I was kind of nervous because like I don't actually get to meet them, and they're actually right in front of me. So like, what the hell do I say?
Since you do run Becky's fan site,
I did mention it to her.
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah.
My name was not mentioned up.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
that's only for Finn.
I'll just say this, and I'm not saying this in a kind of trying to convince you kind of thing. I'm just gonna say like this is what happens. I mentioned the site to her. She was happy about that. She said thank you, even shook my hand about it. I actually had a printout of the main site page, like the layout and all that. It was the one with the Halloween / Kane inspired one, you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I showed her that, and she looked at it and was like, cool, that makes me look like a superhero. Which is kind of cool. So there was that. Yeah, it was like, you could tell that she was appreciative. My kind of worry was that, not necessarily that she didn't care, but it was more like my kind of worry was like she would just brush it off that, but you could see that she was actually appreciative of it, and I would hope so because I was working on it for 4 years. So there was that, and even something else that happened during the show. Actually, I don't know if you saw it. I probably tweeted out. The show I'm actually a fan. I actually had a sign and all, like for the show, and yeah, she saw that too and reached out. And spoiler alert, that actually might get on WWE.com. So look out.
Oh, now he goes on WWE.com, and I go on WWE.com.
To be fair, I'm in the front row. So.
Oh my God! And with me with WWE.com, it was just me looking at the Cesaro match. Wait, what? No, wait, what was it? It was me with the Cesaro match.
It was also you. It was also you on Raw with the Sasha and Charlotte face to face from the ring to the table. I think it was Sasha Charlotte, and you were in the middle, and I got the screenshot of it and sent it to you.
What the hell was I doing?
I think you were looking at your phone. I
was on my phone the whole entire time. I was on the phone.
Actually, I will say the one problem I had was like a year and a half ago. I went the first show in like 6-7 years I went to was a year and a half ago. And looking back at it, the one big problem I have, the one kind of regret I had with the show was I was looking at my phone too much. Like I was obsessed with taking as many photos as I could, which probably was a bad idea. But even then, it was also because my phone was crap. Because like I'm like like 12 rows back and all that, and my phone kept autofocusing all the damn time, so I couldn't. So basically every second picture I took was blurry.
You see, Dave had to get photos of me, photos for me because I have to see that big thing like.
But also the last, well, actually, I could have done the last time and all of that, but unfortunately the last show I went to, was the seats weren't as great. I basically got nosebleeds, so that didn't help.
They was in the Jesus seats. We're going back to the thing, he's probably going to be on WWE.com up close. I was on WWE.com, like, twice. Time out. This is not my first time on WWE TV. And I don't want to brag about it because up close the thing is good. First time around was the Zack Ryder thing. Getting him to WrestleMania.
Zack Ryder thing?
Yeah, the Zack Ryder.
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was.
The Zack Ryder thing?
No, not the Zack Ryder thing. You were on there because of the Zack Ryder thing.
Yeah, I was on there, but obviously not a good shot. I think it was too far away, or I had my head down. Second time around was obviously WWE, the show I went to in Baltimore where Kevin Owens was a Universal Champion. I was on my phone. I don't know I think I was talking to somebody, letting them know what happened. I didn't realize that till Dave saw me, and then I ended up on WWE twice. The first one was the Cesaro match. The second one was the Cesaro versus Cesaro and Sheamus versus Finn. And obviously my brother's right in the clearance, couple photos too. I think he's in one of the Seth Rollins photos. I don't know, because we were in the bleachers at the time. But his days would be on WWE.com. But
I'll say one thing that kind of like a little like I won't complain about being in front row, but I will be a bit of a nitpick. What? The barriers around the ring.
That's the problem because
I'm 5'6".
Mhm.
So, and it's like when I'm sitting in the chair, it's like the barrier is not level. It's not necessarily level with the ring. It's actually like it's like a best way to describe it, I guess. When you're looking at the ring, you got the barrier in front of you, the ring behind it. You probably see it in the picture, but the barrier is higher than the ring mat, by 6 inches, something like that. So if you've got the two of them if two wrestlers lying down on the ground and all that, I have to try to peek up, try to see them.
Yeah, that's the thing with Monday Night Raw. Matter of fact, I didn't tell you this. When I went to the Raw event back a couple weeks ago, it was Corbin versus Strowman and the thing. And Strowman told us my section to back up. And obviously they wouldn't listen because he was still in the thing. So I yelled, guys, back up. You're going to get hurt.
There was a couple of security people sitting there. It's like basically telling everybody, because when the match ends, everybody gets on the barrier to try to say get high fives and all that. Basically every time the match started, there's always someone who's like, hey, everybody sit down now. Nobody stand up. You have to be sitting down. Like you can only be standing up at the end of the match.
That's the thing. I told them, guys, back up. You're going to get a little trigger. Guys, back up. You're going to get hurt. And then Strowman obviously hurt me and he gave me the thumbs up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I obviously knew because, it was great to have that happen. That was crazy. But
it felt a part of the show.
Yeah. And you have to be careful with certain things. But, I'm glad you got to meet your favorite. That's one down, one to go. Me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But the thing was like I was talking to Jay about it. I was actually talking to him just like, well, not during the show, but like before, not during this show right here, but like at the end of the show, the live event here, because actually you're breathing into the mic. I don't know if that's anger or not.
No, So I breathe hard. Duh.
Yeah, but breathe into the mic. That's not exactly a good thing to hear. But anyway, basically, I put my phone on airplane mode because I wanted to save the battery. Because the other problem I had with the first show I went to, with a year and a half ago, was I was so trigger happy with trying to take photos. My phone died just as the main event started, so I couldn't get anything from that.
It was AJ versus Jinder.
It was AJ versus Jinder, I believe, 2 days or 3 days, 2 or 3 days before the title change, where AJ won in London.
Yeah, that's when we had the party.
And actually, and it was I think like I said, I think they actually announced that they were doing the SmackDown match during that show. So they basically announced. So basically, at the end of the match, AJ announced it during the show that was going to be on SmackDown, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
But anyway, but this time I took precautions. I put the phone in airplane mode. I also put a portable phone charger so I could plug it in there, like a battery pack. And I didn't go too trigger happy. Like at the start of the show, the first 2 matches I was a bit trigger happy because I even going through the match, taking some during the matches. But like part of me was kind of thinking, you know what? I need to sit back. I actually need to watch this. Maybe take some occasionally here and there so we look good. But like I need to actually watch this. So that's what I did for the second half. But like actually, I was going back to what I was going to say. I was talking to Jay, who runs the fan sites with me as well, and he was like saying, you know, because he wanted me to meet Becky too. So he's just saying, it's like, oh, you need to, you know, if she's not in the meet and greet, maybe you could try to be in like you know, ask if you're able to see her at some point or something like that. Like maybe you'd be so convincing, maybe you'd be able to see her. I wasn't gonna do that.
No,
but
that's
that wouldn't work. You never know. It's like you gotta be in it to win it basically. But it was like he kind of compared me meeting Becky tonight to when he met Nia Jax the first time in NXT, because he also does Nia Jax fan site. And actually, if you didn't see it, they did like a get well thing for Nia, and all fans like send messages to her, you know, it's like get well messages and all that, and they put the project up, and good news for the site, Nia actually responded to it and actually gave out a medical update through like a quote retweet, which, and I saw some of the news outlets actually like acknowledged it and actually acknowledged the site as well. So it was like, geez, we're getting big. I'm going off topic again. I was talking to him about the Becky thing, and like he compared it to the Nia thing, whereas like when he met Nia, he was shaking, he was a bit nervous, you know, he didn't know what to say, like his knees were trembling and all that, because he was a big fan of Nia from like since even before she debuted in NXT. So, and you can compare that to me, whereas like I didn't meet Becky as soon as he met Nia, but I had put the time in doing the site, so it's like, in a way, it's like, for me, you talk about Finn Balor a lot, which fair enough you do. You're a fan, you know, you let out your connection that way. Me, I don't do that on Twitter and all that. I do the fan site work, do that for me. So that's why I don't say too much. This case was me saying, you know, here, I'm a fan, I was doing this, you know. That's not necessarily nice to acknowledge it, but it's like it's like I was told before that somebody told her about the site and she liked it and all that, and I guess it was nice for me to get it from the source. You know, it's kind of hard to explain. The show ended 2 hours ago. I only got home like 2 hours ago, so you know it's the effects are still there.
You see, you did it the right way, because if that was me with Finn, I would have been like, boom, I would have collapsed.
Yeah.
I sweating and everything I do, anxiety, because I have anxiety sometimes, and, it's a big thing. And, I say, oh, hey, I was just talk, but when you see these larger-than-life wrestlers who you see on TV in front of you, you're like, and then at the house show, you're like,
yeah.
It's like, thing is, my thing with getting a selfie with the wrestler is still intact to this day. And once you have, that confidence, because if I would have met Finn that day on the NXT house show here, I would have been like frozen. I would have froze. Like, what the hell am I gonna do?
It kind of helped for me. It kind of helped that it wasn't. For me, it was like the signing wasn't right away. So it was like it was basically like they came in behind us when the wrestlers came in. So it was like when I saw, I was like, oh my god, it's actually happening. So, but it was like there was the Q&A beforehand. So I was like, when I saw her there, I was kind of thinking, okay, I need to calm myself. I need to plan out what I'm gonna do. One of the things I was going to do was try to kind of help me a bit was, because everyone was taking questions, I was going to ask questions, and I was thinking, if I could get through that, like get the confidence to do that, everything would be all right. And it turned out it was Grant, and it's also like asking her a question and her coming back to me, basically talking to me about it. But like, actually, I did too. That gave me the confidence. Like, okay, this is gonna be all right. This is gonna be fine. Like, I can actually do this. It didn't mean I was panicking and thinking, oh my god, what I'm gonna say, as I get closer and closer and closer. So, but it was like, once I got there, it was like, oh god, okay, I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna say it, and I said it. I didn't, I probably flustered my words a bit because I'm always like that. But it's like I just said, I get the key bits out. I say it, I show it, I got the signing and all that, and it's like, okay, I've done that bit.
See, you did it the right way, but it would be the same thing regarding, what's her name, Velvet too, with the whole Velvet photos. I think with the consistency with us two is we've been consistent all the time.
Yeah, that was like one. It was like one of the things I try to do myself is like I try to, with the fan sites I work, I try to be consistent. If something comes up, I try to get up as soon as I can. I'll miss some stuff, of course, but I always try to come back to it. If there's stuff that's missing, I'll do it at a later time. But it's like unless there's absolutely nothing to put up there, I'll still try to get something done.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So to get some updates and all that. Like for me, like the Dakota right now.
Dakota's hurt.
Yeah, she's hurt, so I've got nothing. I've had nothing to do. Like, there's no updates. Though, it's like if I get around to, I still have to do NXT UK appearances, and I also have to do that Up Down Down series, which she did with League of Legends. So I guess I still got stuff to work on that. It also it did help that I did the birthday thing a couple of days ago, and she announced it, which is cool.
Aww.
What's going on?
No, I'm walking up the steps.
Okay. So yeah, that was yeah. Yeah. Actually, I will say some like, okay, you're probably sick of me talking about Becky, but I'll say some other tips, other snippets of the show. What was it? Our truth is over. I'll say that. Actually, I think like our truth come out over. Actually, Pete. Actually, like when it was, huh?
No, go ahead.
It was started with Andrade and Selena against R-Truth and Carmella, and everybody actually wanted Carmella to be in the ring, which was, so yeah, they used it against the crowd for the heel leads. Rusev doesn't like Rusev Day chants. because basically because it was like they started Rusev chants behind me every time he got into the ring, and like the first time they did it, he actually got on the mic and said, it was Lana that got on the mic and said, "We don't need your stupid support." And basically every time he got in the ring, they just went Rusev Day every time he went to the ring, and I was like, he was.
I think Daniel Bryan was also in the ring too.
Oh yeah. It was Bryan and Rowan defending the tag titles against the Usos and Rusev and Nakamura. Daniel Bryan, he walked to the ring, he stood in the corner right in front of me, and he stood there from like the middle of his music until it ended. He just stood there for like half the song for the title. When his music ended, he demanded the music to start again. It started again, and he did the pose again, and stayed there for like another 30 seconds. Oh, I loved it. Also, actually, wait. I will say one thing. There was two guys behind me, like there were 2 rows behind me, who I guess not necessarily. I guess the kind of smarky guys that were trying to start. Like chants, like not necessarily like insider chants, not just chanting their name and all that. Like when you got to the ring, into the ring, they were trying to start a vegan world order chant.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's weird. What else? Sorry,
Charlotte.
Oh yeah, actually that was the weird, a weird thing, but kind of unexpected. Becky Charlotte main evented. But kind of, yeah. Same main event. To be fair, those 2 smart guys behind me were actually chanting women's wrestling at the end of it, which was cool. It was like it was weird. I kind of thought the WWE Championship was going to main event because it happened a year and a half ago. That was it. But again, Becky wasn't Becky. It wasn't the man back then. But the WWE Championship was actually the last match before the intermission. It was Sami Zayn against Xavier Woods. So that was a fluffy sighting for you. Kevin Owens broke up the match. Then Kofi came in, and then it was like that got turned into a title match right there and then. And it was pretty good. Actually, I was kind of surprised because like Kevin Owens came in on a run-in, so that surprised me. That took me for a loop. But set up a title match. There you go.
Wait a second.
And also, I will say, Greg Hamilton. Actually, here's the thing: if you haven't seen that Greg Hamilton mockumentary, you need to see it.
Is Finn in there?
He's in it for a couple of seconds, yes.
What's he doing?
Talking to him.
Oh.
Yeah. But actually, when I say Greg Hamilton, my personal favorite right now, even better than Joey Schimmel. Introducing Kofi Kingston. He did the New Day WWE thing. Even he did it during the introduction. So like, oh, he's really he's all in on this. What was it? Iconic. The Iconics are over in Dublin. Even though they think, even though they don't necessarily like us, but then again, there was at least. Well, I think it was what. I think it was Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan healed on us. Samoa Joe healed on us. Iconics healed on us.
You saw Carrie and Oz Cat.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And she did the elbow. Kyrie did the elbow, which was good to see. No Paige though, which was well. What else? Oh yeah, it was Samoa Joe and Matt Hardy. Oh yeah, Lars Sullivan came out twice.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, let's not get into the whole comments thing with the past, because that's all that happened when he got called up, and I don't know, but anyway, I'll just say he came out twice. He came out once at the start of the show to beat up R-Truth, and then a second time after Kofi Kingston defended the title, just to try to beat him up. But he beat up R-Truth, but didn't get away with it this time. It was one of those. He came in and beat up Xavier and Kofi, and then you had the head to head of face to face of Lars with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn like standing there. It's like, we're going to beat them up. And it's like just before they were about to go after Lars, Kevin Owens drops under the rope, bottom rope, gone.
Kevin Owens like, I'm out of here, yo.
I'm out of here. I'm not doing that.
Now, quick question on Carmella. Why did she have to dye her hair again?
I don't know. I guess the redhead didn't work out.
Working.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it may have been one of those WWE demanded things, because like I've heard before, like for WWE you can't change your look without their approval because of all the likeness and stuff and all that. It might have just been a case of we gotta switch it back. I don't know.
You see, honestly, let's be honest. Carmella rocked the red hair better.
Yeah, she did alright with it.
She rocked that red hair better. I'm going to be 100% on it. I don't care what anyone says.
Ah, well. I think that's it. I think that's everything.
All right. So I guess
I would say the card subject to change actually did change, because I looked at the cards on the website, and like a couple of things were changed. It was supposed to be Lars Sullivan with Matt Hardy. That got changed. I think AJ was supposed to be there, but I guess that didn't show up then, so couldn't do that. That's about it. But
right.
and also Andrade and Selena got added as well, which wasn't originally there. But I'm not complaining. The one thing I will say actually was I remember the last two times that we did the show, there was at least one match for like WWE UK or whatever, like the NXT UK beforehand. I think it was I think there was two. Oh, actually, no, there wasn't. There was on the first show I went to, I think it was Mustache Mountain had a tag match, and the second time was Jordan Devlin, I think. There was just like, there you go, just to show off the UK. There wasn't one this time. Which actually, in a way, I'm kind of surprised, but I guess they didn't need them this time.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad both of us went to a house show this year.
Yep.
You know, it's all good with me.
Now the question for me is, actually, well, I will say one thing. One of the things that I wanted to do from the beginning, I looked into getting one of the title belts, and I may just get one. You know, one of the replicas.
Yeah, I heard they cost a lot of dough.
Oh yeah, like I think it was like €400 here, which probably about $300 or something like that for you.
Yeah, that's a lot of dough.
It's a lot, yeah. Actually, well, also when we did going back to the meet and greet, when we did it was a group. It was me with the three of them at the same time. They actually give you an option. They have a title belt, like a replica belt. That's like, you can have it if you want, like to have it over your shoulder when you take the picture. So like, I took it. I did. Why the hell not? So like, they give you the option to do that. I was just, oh well. That was good.
Okay.
But no, they didn't give it. They just gave it to me for the picture.
Oh, they was like champion for like 5 seconds. But you know, I'm glad you had fun at the show. That's what all that matters. Now, going to our business. So just little plugins here. First thing, we gotta talk about baseball fast. What the hell, Murphy?
He's a two-timer now.
Oh God. Position, player, pitching dance.
I don't. I'm gonna need a bit of. Oh yeah, you're over time here. I need a bit of context of where that started.
Ask cut for where did position, player, pitching came from?
Yeah, I might just do that.
Position, player, pitching.
Yeah.
But no. Okay. So another thing. Going a little bit off topic here. GPW. Madhouse Media, which is our affiliate, a little bit.
EFED affiliate.
EFED affiliate, entertainment, whatever. Little cheap plug on my end. Five Girls Wrestling. If you want to talk about it, some cheap plugs here and there from our side. May 29th, episode 20. We are live. We will be live again. And Jeremy said he wants to be on. He's going to be on. So it's going to be late. Also, GPW, Girl Power Wrestling, which is run by our friends Jeremy and Pedro, will be having their shoot interview. I don't know if it will be on our page. I don't know if Dave is actually host. I know Dave did say he's going to be he's probably wants to what the hell is it called? Host it?
Yeah, well, the details are still to be ironed out.
Yes, and obviously Jukebox will be up Saturday. Not this Saturday, the 1st. So, little things to look over. So, other than that, anything you want to add? Anything you want to plug?
Not really. I'll just say sorry for basically going off there with the experience. But then again, it's fresh in the memory because it happened tonight. So.
No. As our song said, whatever the fuck they want to say. Because I don't rate it.
It's the only kind of question I got now is that when I went to this show, they announced that they're gonna come back in November. My question is, do I go there or not?
I mean, would it be a Raw? Would it be a SmackDown?
I'm guessing it'll be a Raw, cause the way they do it is if they do two shows a year, one's gonna be Raw, one's gonna be SmackDown. This one tonight was SmackDown, so most likely that one's gonna be Raw.
SmackDown before Shake-Up.
This one was SmackDown before the Shake-Up. That one will probably be Raw after the Shake-Up.
Yeah,
because like the Shake-Up only happened a couple of weeks ago, so I guess like they couldn't change it because it's too short notice.
Yeah. So, alright. Is there anything else we should add?
I don't think so.
Alright, and thank you for listening. Hopefully, Monday Night Raw is going to be heading from London.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And SmackDown, too.
And SmackDown, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Oh, and I just realized we predict next week.
Oh, yeah, Money in the Bank.
Oh, jeez. Let's, you know what? Money in the Bank is either going to kill me or kill, you've won the blast, too. I haven't done well. So hopefully this is going to be a turnaround.
Well, did I win the last two?
You won Fastlane and you won WrestleMania.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. So thank you guys for listening.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.